Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Ismi with name 005 from Chemistry B 2020 will present about trash pollution effect. Trash pollution. With increasing population and increasing technology will increase the amount of trash in an area. The trash in urban areas is more than the trash in rural areas because people in urban people are consumptive. This can be seen patterns of activity and lifestyle. Urban and rural socioeconomic level are very different. The problem of trash must be good handling and management because of the impact given by this trash is very broad and more complex. The perceived impact is not limited to human, but the perceived impact on the environment from water and soil pollution up to the air. Wildlife cannot be separated from trash, therefore we cannot trace it, eliminate or we destroy. The thing we have to do is reduce the volume of trash or change trash becomes more useful. Trash processing can be done by root burning, composting, compaction, crushing, recycling, and drying. Good trash management will provide 1. The environment is comfortable and healthy. 2. There is no environmental pollution. 3. Not as a nesting place or breeding ground for disease transmission. Impact of trash on human. Trash is a humid place, so it is very good as a place for nesting, breeding ground, and a source of food for rodents and insects, so that it can be a means of disease transmission, which disease can occur in humans due to trash that is not managed properly are as follows. 1. Cholera, typhus, bacillus dysentery, amoebic dysentery, and diarrhea caused by bacteria. 2. Fungal disease in particular that often occur are skin fungal disease. 3. There are stagnant water at the location of the landfill due to the presence of cans, plastic, and containers that can accumulate water due to rain. This is a means of breeding for Aedes and Culex mosquitoes. Diseases that can occur are dengue fever, elephantiasis. 4. Trash fires often occur in landfills. The smoke generated is a potential source of respiratory problems. Impact of trash on air pollution. Air pollution due to organic trash that is left unchecked will undergo anaerobic decomposition, namely the natural process of decomposition. This process will release methane gas and NH3 and H2S groups. Methane gas is a component of greenhouse gases, where the greenhouse effect is while NH3 creates a rancid or fishy smell and H2S has a foul smell which makes trash smell unpleasant. Air pollution caused by burning trash is done intentionally by humans or by burning trash in the final disposal site or TPA. The gases produced are CO, NOx, SO2, dioxin, furan, HCl, and particles. CO gas is the large component in air pollution. CO gas can turn into CO2 when it meets oxygen in the atmosphere. Greenhouse gases are gases that are generated either naturally or as a result of human activities. While greenhouse gases include CO2, CH4, NOO, N2O, HFC, PFC, SF6, which is released in the atmosphere and floats up to the height of the troposphere to form a blanket that confines our Earth. The process of the greenhouse effect occurs, namely the heat from the sun is absorbed by the earth and hits the earth. Some of the sun's heat is reflected into the atmosphere. Some of the heat from the sun by the earth is partly reflected back into the atmosphere, and some solar heat is reflected back by greenhouse gases. This is what causes the earth, atmosphere, and environment to heat up. Impact of trash on water pollution. An open trash collection causes leachate. This happens because of rainwater passing through the pile of trash. Leachate infiltration will enter the soil or flow above the soil surface into the water flow, causing water pollution. Impact of trash on soil pollution. We are never free from chemicals. What we use in our daily lives. Our day using chemicals such as perfume, used medicine, shampoo, soap, floor and bathroom cleaners, house paint, mosquito repellent, and many more. Within, eventually the used goods will go into the trash. The trash bin as the final disposal site will be indirectly contaminated with chemicals which should have been disposed of P3 trash separately and not disposed of in TPA or TPS. As a result of the presence of chemicals in the landfill, the soil around the landfill will experience contamination from leachate flows and on the ground. The signs of soil contamination are dry soil, metal-containing soil, the soil emits a bad smell, the soil pH can be below 6 or above 8. The impact of stress on aesthetic disturbance. The view of stress that is not organized and not treated properly creates a very bad impression, causing environmental aesthetic. Stress that is not covered in addition to the smell generated from the decomposition process. It is likely that the trash will be blown off, causing the trash to be scattered. This makes people who live near the dumpsmith feel uncomfortable and uncomfortable great fun.
8 million metric tons of plastic trash enters the sea from land every year. The equivalent of 5 plastic bags filled with trash for every foot of coastline in the world. Across our ocean, plastic trash flows into circulation, currents, breaking down into smaller and ingested by species across the marine world.
Thanks for attention and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.